So excited to be here talking to you guys tonight. I'm Sean Conley. By way of introduction, I figured I'd tell you a few things about myself. I am Beach's Rotaract's president-elect and current social media chair. One of the greatest honors of my life is to be a part of this group here. Thank you, guys. I also graduated from Auburn University, summa cum laude, in 2016 with a bachelor's in finance. War Eagle, y'all, back there. All right. I'm an AVP of corporate banking at BBVA USA. Fun fact, I'm actually the youngest corporate banker in the country for my company, which I don't know how that happened, but it's an honor. Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, I'm on the committee for that. What a game last week. If we have any volunteer fans here, what a game. Finally, one of my favorite things in the world that I do, I'm a worship leader at Beach Church right across the street on A1A. It's just awesome, so shout out to my Beach Church family. Finally, and probably most importantly, or least important, if depending on how you look at it, this was me 10 years ago. Oof. I'm not sure you can see. There's nail polish here. And as cringeworthy and bad as this may seem, it's very cringy. If you were actually there and you knew me at the time, you would know that it was really just way worse than the picture just did. So I'm definitely glad I can leave this in the last decade. But that being said, if I had all night, I could probably tell you guys all about all of my hard-learned lessons of my misspent youth and how they led me to this point. But since I only have a couple of minutes, I've distilled it down to what I believe is the most important thing I've learned since, which is how to be happy and successful. And I'm going to lay it out for you in three main points. First, happiness comes first. How to be happy and how to be successful. So let's get started. Pretty simple, right? Okay. All right. Happiness comes first. Now, I'm talking to you guys about how to be happy and successful, but I have success in parentheses for a very specific reason. I feel like a lot of us get so wrapped up in pursuing success, our own definition of success, society's definition of success, as a means to attaining happiness. If I could only have this, if I could only do that, then I would be happy. Spoiler alert, happiness is not caused by success. Happiness is not caused by success. I would argue that this is an untruth that's told to us by today's society that has tricked us into going about our lives backwards. Now, I'm sure almost everybody in this room has that ever-living mental wish list of all of their goals and aspirations. A house, a spouse, kids, wealth, a new car, whatever it may be. And I'm not here telling you that you can't chase your dreams, that that's bad or it's going to make you unhappy. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is, it would be unrealistic to expect yourself to be completely satisfied once you've crossed everything off your list. Usually, the funny thing that happens, once you check a box, another one pops up to replace it. It's human nature to constantly seek improvement, to want more than what you have. It's human nature. But it would be going in opposition, you'd be expecting yourself to go in opposition of your nature if you expected yourself to be completely content once you checked all those boxes, once you reached your goals. Instead, what I'm going to argue is that you should first focus on being happy and whole in and of yourself. At that point, your entire definition of success is going to change. Instead of being a result of external opinions and forces, it's going to be a byproduct of your own inner sense of contentment. Happiness leads to success. Okay? All right. So that leaves us one of life's biggest questions. How can I be happy? How can I make myself happy? Let me ask you guys. How many of you like hanging out with happy people? Wow, surprised? No, of course not. We all love hanging out with happy people. We all love being happy. And why is this? Because life is hard, and those bright moments can be precious and rare. Precious and rare. So let me ask you guys one more question. How many of you like it when you can make somebody else happy? Exactly. And that's human nature too. Unfortunately, sometimes we get so wrapped up in our own circumstances, so tied up in what we've got going on, that we forget why we're really here. We forget that inside of all of us, in our base DNA, we are hardwired with a burning desire for an altruistic existence whereby we can improve the lives of those around us, make the world a better place for posterity. We get so wrapped up in listening to that little voice that tells me that me and my needs are the key to life and the meaning of life, that we forget what I am certain is our purpose on this planet. To live in service of others, to be salt and light in the bland darkness of tomorrow. So, to put it in simpler terms, just to break it down, I believe that self-centric living can lead to discontentment. So what's the cure? What's the opposite of self-centric? Selfless. Someone says selfless. Selfless. Good job, whoever that was. Selfless living can lead to contentment. If you can focus on serving others, find joy in bringing them joy, find fulfillment in making their lives easier, I guarantee you guys that you're going to be happy. Hashtag service above self. Okay. All right. So we've covered that finding fulfillment in the service of others is the key to being happy. And that's one reason why it's great to be a part of Rotaract. But you don't need to reserve that mentality for when you're doing community service events, nor should you. And I would argue that your entire definition and your view on success hinges on your ability to completely apply this principle to every area of your life, whether that be your personal relationships with your family, friends, and loved ones, significant others, your career, relationship with your boss, coworkers, clients, even your interactions with strangers, When you can deliberately approach each and every interaction with the goal of being a light to every person whose life you touch, then the rest is simple. And that leads me to what my personal philosophy of what it takes to be successful is. I get that from my dad, 4 parts, super easy. Do the right things in the right way, with the right intensity, and good things will happen. The right things, right way, right intensity, good things will happen. Practical terms, do the right things, live every day for the betterment of others. We just covered this. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. In the right way, genuinely want to help people. Don't just do it because you think you're going to get something out of it. You're better than that. Do it because you think it's the right thing to do. With the right intensity, be passionate and eager to help people. Passionate and eager. You see an opportunity to do some good in the world, jump right in. Head first, feet first. Your choice, just do it. Period. Finally, good things will happen. In my opinion, people take care of each other always. If you go about the world spreading joy and happiness, that's going to roll back to you at some point. I promise. Then, instead of rushing around frantically scratching things off your list, you'll be able to pause, give thanks, and savor those victories. And at that point, guys, you will truly be happy and successful. Thank you.